Have you ever wondered why?
When?
How much?
What if?
Well, you're in luck, because you're listening to the Hypotheticast.
3 best buds.
On a mission.
To ask all the questions?
And get all the answers.
I was born with both guns blazing, and I do think I'm amazing. You got the dignity to feel a little about yourself. I don't care what your preacher says. I got my own vicious ways. Only got one command and it goes, I'm killing it. I'm killing it.
Hello.
My name is Mike.
My name is David.
My name is Emily.
We're here to play a game called
The Hypotheticast.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's called Red Flags this time. This is the Hypotheticast, though, and we're going to play a game called Red Flags. Was that confusing? I hope so. Thanks for tuning in.
How does it work?
I don't know. You tell me.
You bought a game with your own money.
Oh, I did.
With your allowance.
Oh my God, I bought it with all the money you gave me.
Thank you,
Always
David,
frittering
allowance.
away that allowance.
But I bought this for you, Dad. I thought we could play it together.
It's a weird game to play with your dad.
Yeah.
We played this game a couple times, right?
Oh, yeah,
On the
totally.
podcast?
The game where I pretend Mike's my dad.
No one wins.
Oh boy. Yeah.
No one wins. You're right. The listeners, me, Mike, no one. My dad also loses a lot because he feels sad. He's like, why don't you love me? Why do you want Mike? Why don't you want me? This game is called Red Flags, and it's about bad dates. It is made by a company called Skybound Games, and its tagline is literally the game of terrible dates.
Just to be clear, this is not the date that you can eat. Because I think I have to give that warning every time so people
Thank
don't
you.
get confused
It's
about
also not like a date on the calendar.
Yeah.
No, it's not that
It's a
either.
date that you can
It's not
go
that.
on with a person. Date is an interesting noun because you go on one, but you also have one.
And you can eat them.
And you, well, yeah, yes. We're past that. We've closed that curtain. That curtain is gone. The calendar is closed. The jar of dates has been screwed. Ugh, sorry.
You're apologizing for that?
Yeah, that.
After
That's-
all the things you've
I'm
said?
coming clean.
So the date can be the event and it can be the person.
Yeah, that's what's interesting. It's like, oh, this is my
Sure.
date, and we're going on a date. Why? Whatever. So this game's called Red Flags. Language is weird, and we're going to create some people to date between us.
In our laboratory.
In our sweet,
In
sweet
the castle
lab.
deep.
Lightning, lightning. Wait, that's not the sound. Thunder, thunder.
Lightning makes no sound.
We're each going to take turns being the single.
The single.
I'm so excited.
Emily, are you single?
I'm the single. I haven't been the single.
When's the last date you went on as a single person?
Oh my God.
Wait, the last date I went on as a single person. So like does my first date with Tanner count?
I think, yeah.
I guess.
Because that would be it.
December 28th, 2005.
I love that you know that.
How do
That's
you know
great.
that?
That's
Because
really
it
cool.
was the 2 days before New Year's, and he was
Yeah.
up visiting ostensibly his brother and sister-in-law.
And he just happened
but
by your
really,
house.
he was coming up to have our first date because we've been emailing cross continentally, whatever. He was studying abroad, and we were like
Oh, yeah,
email
yeah, yeah.
courtship, and then we were like too excited apparently to wait until we were both back at college, and so he like came up to visit, and we went on our first date.
I didn't
Nice.
know that. That's
was
so
real cute.
sweet. I love that.
Well, this is not going to be like that.
God.
Okay, well, what's it going to be like?
So, Mike, you will play 2 white cards, which are perks.
I play 2?
You'll play 2 perks, 2 nice things about a person. So nice, so
Okay.
cool, that Emily will probably like. You try to pick the ones from your hand that you think are going to be the most Emily friendly. And then I play 2 that I think are going to be the most Emily friendly. And then Emily's like, okay, she weighs her options, decides which one she's leaning towards, maybe verbalizes some of that stuff. And then Mike plays a red card on my 2 to try to ruin my person. So Emily won't date my person, but then I get to play a red card on Mike's to try to ruin his person.
Got
And then
it.
Emily makes her final decision. And we
Okay.
can argue for our people in that final decision moment to kind of stand up for them if we want.
Trot out your men.
Yes. Show
Okay.
me your man.
Well, this suitor owns a vineyard
Oh,
and has a magic bag that contains unlimited cheese.
Oh my God.
My God.
God damn.
I am
Mike.
swooning over
That is-
here.
That is cheating.
They've got all the cheese and wine you could ever hope for.
I give you my rose, sir. I have never watched any of the Bachelor things, so I don't really know if that's
No, they give roses.
Give a rose, like
yeah, right?
I'm pretty sure that's what they do. They just are like,
Yeah.
take this. This means I want to kiss. Okay,
What do you
Emily.
got?
What have you got, David?
Well, not cheese, but what I have is you will literally not age while you date them.
Two-edged sword.
Right. Tuck everlasting. And they are a professional chef.
Okay. I see how you tried to sort of counter the cheese situation.
Yeah.
I would like a professional chef.
Variety is the key to this person. Cheese, you can buy that at the grocery store. You're rich. But you can't get every meal cooked for you perfectly by a professional chef. That sounds pretty nice, right?
So do I have to make a decision now, or are you guys both going to make your other
You
guys?
can talk about how you're feeling or
Okay.
the things
So
that are cool.
obviously,
like
unlimited cheese is like very, very appealing
Yeah.
to me.
Oh, yeah. It's in a bag, though.
Also, like, it's magic, so there's no carbon footprint.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's in a bag. What kind of bag?
The thing is, a professional chef, I feel like, is less magical, but would get me further
It would get you
in
there.
like it,
Yeah.
it would just be like maybe the better situation than unlimited magic cheese.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's all I'll
think
say.
so.
That's all I'll say at this point. That's
Okay. Yeah, don't show your hand too
they
much.
both sound great.
Well, that's the idea, is that both of these sound great. But now, Mike gets to shit on my person.
Okay. So this person who is a professional chef
shouldn't have said that out loud.
What does it say?
I won't age when
you're
I'm
not gonna
dating them.
age.
Emily's not going to age while she
well,
dates them.
They can only speak in lines from, and it actually lets me choose what the lines are from. Family Guy.
Oh.
They can only speak in lines from Family Guy.
Okay.
Unfortunate, but there are a lot of episodes.
There are just a lot of lines. Yeah. I
So-
think
and a
you
lot
could
of
make it
lines.
work.
That's true. You're right.
Could be worse.
I like that you're thinking of it as like they're cursed to only use lines and they can choose them rather than to just quote annoying things from Family
Yeah.
Guy, which is probably what would actually happen.
Okay, so this person that Mike has created owns a vineyard and has a magic bag that contains unlimited cheese, which is so good. It's so good. But you know why they have that bag and they're not using it? It's because they are an amateur cannibal.
That's not so bad.
See, that's what I would
They
have
could
said,
have
but
been-
I'm curious about what Emily
They
will
could have
say.
been professional.
Like, I've watched Hannibal. That guy's cool. I'd kiss him. But, Emily, what do you think?
I mean, inherent in someone being a cannibal is murder.
You don't know that. You could probably eat very recently dead people and not murder them.
How legally though?
That's a great question. And an amateur probably isn't good at like working that
Yeah,
process.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
they're probably more like a Hannibal
Mm-hmm.
and less like someone trying. I don't know who could
Okay.
be, a
So-
above the board cannibal, but I don't think you can do it.
Yeah, I love cheese a lot, and this
Yeah.
magic bag sounds amazing. But I can go to the store and buy a lot of cheese
That's what
and
I'm saying.
eat it, and I sometimes do.
Oh, true confession.
But a professional chef could put that cheese in
Yep.
other, like, could make the
Everything.
cheese, could elevate the cheese. And also, I feel like I could have a conversation with someone if all they could say were lines from Family Guy. If that is all that is in his brain, like, I don't know, it would be annoying, but we'd figure it out. And hopefully he wouldn't use some of the worst lines in there.
Right, that's kind of a gamble. You're not sure.
Cannibalism.
Not into
There's
it?
just too, I'm not into it.
Not into it.
But
Fair.
also, there's just too many gray areas of like, how are you making that happen? Why? When?
You're just
Where?
dabbling. Yeah, every one of the questions.
Yeah.
Why, who, when, where,
So
how.
I'm gonna go with David's guy. I'm sorry, Mike. You played a good hand.
guy.
That's all right.
Played a good hand.
We'll be happy together.
No, okay.
You're going to
You could
date the cannibal.
go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, so Mike's the single, and now he gets to date the cannibal, or... No, I'm just kidding. That's not how it works.
But now, yes, we give Mike some
Correct.
prospects, right?
Now it's Mike's turn.
Mike's the single.
Mike's the
Yes.
single.
Get your roses
Yeah,
ready, buddy.
I'm ready
Get your
with my
roses ready.
roses.
Oh man, have I got some cards for you, Mike.
All right, Mike, I got some of them for you. This is a pretty nice one. It was very standard, but also I think you're really gonna like it.
Okay.
This person that you could go on a date with and have a relationship with is a great conversationalist.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they are really good at having conversations.
Okay.
The twist is they also give billions to your favorite charity.
Oh, okay.
They are a billionaire and a very generous
Billions
billionaire.
of dollars.
I assume. It does not say billions of dollars, but let's say it's not billions of like pudding cups or little toys you find at the bottom of cereal.
That seems really like billions is a lot.
Billions.
It's a lot.
I know.
That's more than most billionaires.
It's disturbing. Yeah, that's more than any billionaire, I think. I don't think a person's ever given $1 billion to charity.
No, they haven't.
I'm looking at you, Jeff.
Even Bill Gates and Melinda.
Ugh.
Whoa.
What? They're billionaires.
I mean,
Eat them.
all right, Mike. Well, guess what? The person that I'm showing you to date
Yep, show them.
offers the perfect amount of physical affection.
Okay.
Perfect amount.
That's
And
amount.
they have a mansion in the woods.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Shit.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's very cool. Oh, it's a blank one.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it for just to show the viewers our hands. The professional one for me, the professional chef, was a blank. It just said
And
they're a
he
professional
said
something.
chef
And I said
because
chef.
he knows I'm very food motivated.
But this one has a mansion in and then blank,
dot.
which is very exciting.
Emily knows how I
Right.
feel about
Yeah.
the woods.
I do. Well, I thought I could pick like a foreign country, but I thought like you'd be able to get more use out of this mansion if it was nearby and you like a slightly
spooky.
spooky element.
If I could live in any environment, it would be the woods.
The woods.
So, yeah.
I think that's the top
Just
one.
the woods.
The woods. Yeah.
Where do you live? The woods.
Make my address out to Michael.
Mike
at
Larson, 123 The Woods.
The woods. No number.
No, just
It's
the woods.
The
The whole bottom part is the woods. 5540 Woods.
And then the mailman just throws.
just
the
goes
to
to
a
a tree and
into
just
the woods.
A bird gets it in
gets
its
to me
beak.
eventually.
the
Yeah.
creatures in the trees cooperate and they bring you the mail.
Okay, so we have a great conversationalist who gives billions to my favorite charity, or the person who gives the perfect amount of physical affection,
Billions of
and
personal
owns
affections.
a mansion in the woods.
Wow.
You torn?
It is tricky because, like, obviously, like the morally correct answer is probably like if they're gonna give billions.
Sure.
Also, like, it just raises a lot of questions.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
When I played that, I was
billions
like,
of
dang.
dollars
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
like who are they
That's
giving
so
this money
much.
to before they were dating me? Like, do
Yeah.
they give that money to other things, or like
Yeah.
Also, like, why is that much money coming from one person in the first
They
place?
clearly are a
That's
multi-billionaire.
problematic.
Yeah.
Like, what if we just put the money out into the world?
and yet like even if the money is coming from like quasi legal sources, it's still going to that charity.
Yeah. It's going there. Yeah. That's great. I see how you would be torn.
But so that seems more selfless.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mansion in the woods seems pretty nice.
Not to argue against myself, but you could probably imagine a world in which this person will continue to give money to that charity even though they're not dating you.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think it's a coincidence maybe that they're giving them
But
money.
they also like probably have a mansion somewhere too, if not
I
the
mean,
woods.
if they're giving billions to a charity,
They could probably have
they
a
could probably
mansion.
afford it.
Well, guess what, though?
What's
That
the
person
deal?
who's given their billions,
About to play a red card on my
they're
white
also
cards.
physically incapable of asking a question.
Oh,
Boom.
interesting.
What? Wow. That's nasty.
bizarre.
They can't ask a question, but they're a great conversationalist. So they must imply a lot of questions. They must just say that things are interesting and then hope that you pick up on it and like
Yeah.
continue the thread.
Very Minnesotan.
Because they can't. Okay, well, guess what, Mike? Emily ruined mine, but at least they're still very philanthropic. This person that Emily's presented that gives the perfect amount of physical affection and has a mansion in the woods. So nice, so cozy. But I know how you hate improv and bad improv.
Sure.
This person always takes the joke 3 steps too far. Not 1, not 2, 3.
Ooh.
Like you are clearly uncomfortable and you're like, stop. You're like doing the motion that's like, just cut it off. And they're like going for it. And probably too offensive or very obnoxious territory.
Yeah.
And you're stuck in that mansion alone with them. Maybe they even kill you as a joke
That's
because it's
a joke
3 steps too far.
They pull a prank on me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I didn't get
Who
that
knows?
yet. I'm gonna have
It's pretty
to.
bad. Doesn't sound very nice.
Honestly, it's not even really a debate anymore. Like, I'm gonna go with the billions to charity person.
You
I'm really
goody
sorry.
2 shoes.
I'm not sorry.
I'm shaving you for picking
well,
mine.
and here's the thing. It's
What?
like physically incapable of asking a question. Like it does sound like it could lend itself to a lot of like passive aggressive comments. Like it would be nice if I had like peanut butter for my sandwich. Oh shit!
Sure, it would be nice if I knew something about your life.
There's non-passive aggressive ways to like say like I find this movie interesting, or I would just be curious to know how they would like work. Like how did that happen?
Well, here's my question.
If you can't ask a question.
Emily, when you played that, did you think it would be something that Mike would know about them? Or is that something that like they don't even know about themselves and it's just like true about them?
No, I don't think that it would be, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just thinking that it was like someone who, like one of those annoying people, you know, when you like meet a person and you have a conversation with them and you realize like 10 minutes in that they never ask you anything.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. I guess to me, like the way it said physically unable, like it sounds like a curse or something.
Yeah.
If it was like selfishly only talks about themselves, that would be different to me than not able to ask a question.
That's fair.
I think it's just the physically incapable. Yeah. What's up?
Oh, I just want to know what your favorite charity is.
That's a
My
good
favorite
question.
charity?
Yeah, if you were to give those millions to him, not to put you on the spot, but also to put you on the spot.
It would be like humanitarian aid to like another country, just because there's a lot of countries with a lot of problems. The problem is, to get a little serious, it's hard to pick those out because you don't know where the aid is going, and like even if you do buy food for a country, how do you get it to them? So honestly, like I don't have a favorite.
You need to do some research.
But I would figure it out.
But and this person's already giving it to whatever your favorite one is, so you've clearly decided.
I feel like any charity that would have suddenly had billions of dollars, like there's probably going to be some sort of problem. They're like, what are we going to do?
They'd probably have to splinter in to a bunch of charities.
Yeah.
To talk, nonprofit logistics
like
here for a second.
Pick a big one, like ACLU or something.
Just like
the ACLU would be a good choice.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the ACLU. You can't.
And also, like, that's the thing is that if they're physically incapable, that's different to me than, like, I guess it could be interpreted as a selfish thing.
Yeah.
But, like, someone who just takes the joke too far, like, that's...
it's very annoying.
It's no good.
Yeah.
I get it.
Either, like...
Emily's like, I get it.
They're so full of themselves that they can't let it go and they need you to react. Or... they're aware enough to realize that you don't get it. And either one of those is very difficult to be around.
That is tough.
Like, I actually don't like jokes. Like,
whoa. What do you mean?
I don't like jokes in the traditional sense of a joke, like a joke book joke.
Highlights jokes.
Like if someone's like, I want to tell a joke, like it's almost never going to be funny because it's like, what someone says, I want to tell a joke. It's more like, hey, pay attention to me. I'm going to say something funny. The best humor like comes organically. And it's
I think so.
It's like, right. I don't like
I think I just like
jokes.
Open up the definition of jokes a little bit more.
Well, no, I know.
But like the traditional
like
sense of the word,
if you're going to say humor, that's different.
Right, like
jokes.
when people are like, 3 guys walk into a bar.
Blech.
Yeah.
I hate bars and guys.
Okay. Well, actually, I remember specifically, I used to go shopping at Cub Foods late at night.
I have no idea where this is going.
And there was this one cashier lady that worked there, and she was nice. But I was there so much that like I knew her, but she would like. I mean, she had a good like late night cashier vibe, and that she was just like,
hard to do,
here I am, doing my job.
What else am I gonna do?
But she would always want to tell me a joke, and she'd be like, I got a joke, and like that's what I don't like is that not only are they often just not funny, but like the person is like waiting for you to laugh.
Yeah, that's
and
a real
like
thing.
I don't laugh. I laugh at very specific things, and so usually when someone tells me a joke. Usually I know what the punchline is going to be or something. And I'll just be like, oh yeah, that's funny or something. And that's the last person someone wants to hear.
Oh,
and she like,
I acknowledge your joke.
I remember that she actually seemed kind of like disappointed that I wasn't like laughing at the jokes. And I was just like,
that's tough.
And I also I remember one of the weirdest subs I ever had in middle school. Like,
do you say subs?
Substitute teachers. Like she read a Garfield comic to us. She was like, "Oh, I have to share this one.
No,
I have to share this. Okay, let me read it." And she read it. She didn't show it to us.
It's a
she described it. She's like, "Now he's laying in his box," and it was like. what are we doing here, lady? And she read it to us, and it was silent. And she was like upset. She was like, that was a funny one. And we were all just like, please leave.
Why don't you like Garfield?
Please
He's
leave
laying
the
there. He
room.
hates Monday and he loves lasagna. Laugh at him. All right,
Okay,
give me some single.
David
I'm
needs
single.
David needs a
I'm
date.
the single.
Hey, David's single David.
Hey, David, single David. All the single Davids. Give me some stuff.
I have a person for you to date.
Please tell.
This person loves to cuddle
Yes.
and is never going to give you up, let you down, run around,
God.
or desert you.
Well-
Sorry for rickrolling you, but those are all actually pretty good
Those
things.
are actually amazing. Like, it's a Rickroll as a fun joke, but also that's incredible.
Actually decent.
Like, almost too good.
Never going to do any of those things.
Wow.
Never going to let you down.
I mean,
That's
they're not going
major.
to run around, though. And like sometimes I like to run around just for exercise.
But over here, we have an organic farmer
Okay. I'm attracted to that.
who believes you are the most attractive person they've ever seen.
I think that's a white card that you played, but I'm getting a real red flag
Honestly,
vibe.
the
from it.
other ones I have are not much better.
Wow.
So
I mean, there's a part of me that, of course, everyone has an ego and everyone wants to hear you are the most attractive person I've ever seen.
they're really.
But there's
into
also
you.
a 99% part of me, like a big chunk of me, that's like, no, I'm not.
They're craving the David.
Here's the thing. Cravin Davin is the name of my ribs restaurant. Less famous Dave
Human
is me,
ribs.
Cravin Davin. Here's the thing about this person thinking I'm the most attractive person they've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac exists. Idris Elba exists. Rachel Weisz exists. It's impossible.
David.
It's impossible.
Yeah,
They just
no.
want. They just want
That
you.
you
They
are
can't.
it.
They can't.
They can.
They can't.
Look, it's on the card.
I will give them posters of all these beautiful people. And I'm like, I thank you for your compliments, but you're delusional and I'm scared of you. It's nice though. And I think it's nice. I think it may be
I
hyperbolic.
like how you're
and,
letting them down. You're like, oh, it's nice
like
that
I'm
you
like
like
thinking
me,
about
but
how I'm like gonna like break it off with them already.
yeah.
It's nice. They are an organic farmer, and that is pretty baller. If I may say the word baller.
I mean, you did.
I did.
All right.
You can. It's
I
okay.
edit this podcast.
Sounds
I
like
can
don't
take
mind.
it.
well, Emily. It sounds like I couldn't do much worse. So give them a red flag.
I'm like afraid of them already.
As well as having really intense beliefs about how
shit.
attractive you are.
Okay.
This person also hits on every server.
Ah.
Like computer servers.
Yep.
Yeah, just those big walls of bleeping. I mean, that sucks. Here's the thing about people that hit on every server. I'm less offended that they would do it to me. Like,
Yes.
I'm not worried about me.
It's
I'm worried
more,
about that server.
Don't hit on people who are in a
They're
service
trapped.
position.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they have to give you good customer service.
You can hit on me.
Yeah, I can.
No, that if I was a server.
But you have to say that as a server, and they're hitting
Yeah.
on every server, and I guarantee that every server is not coming
Is
up
not
and saying,
comfortable with it.
I'm open to being flirted with.
Yeah.
They probably
But
not.
they just
And
have
then-
to be
But
nice
they have
about
to be
it.
for the tips.
Ew.
Yeah, it's not. It's generally bad.
No, it's very
Yeah, I
bad.
don't like it.
Big thumb straight down.
This person who loves to cuddle over here
Yeah.
that will never give you up or
Let you
lay down or run around or desert you.
Or desert me.
They're not going to do any of those things. And they're also going to be constantly plotting to kill you.
It was too suspiciously
Whoa.
good. That's why I was being catfished.
They're never going to
Yep.
let you down until the day that they take your life.
And then they let me down into my grave.
Yes.
And then they keep your dead body forever.
They're never going to desert me. They're like that person that like dug up that dead body and like kept them alive with all those oils all that time for like
But it
years and
doesn't
years.
say that they
That guy was
succeed
awesome.
in killing you. They're just plotting to.
They're plotting
They're
too.
just plotting.
Okay, so it does say constantly. So I picture that to mean even we're chilling on the couch, watching a nice episode of Grey's Anatomy, and they are on their phone Googling like how to kill David. Where is David weak point? How to stab David. I think like leaning over me like, what you looking at, hun? And then seeing them looking at like pictures of me dying that they've drawn in their phone, or like long flow charts about like if David tries to escape by making himself slippery, do this. If
Amazon
David tries
cards
to-
full of like duct tape and
yeah.
knives.
buckets and acid. It's like, no thanks. That's scary. Wow. constantly plotting to kill you is a powerful card.
Yeah, congratulations on having 2 weak good cards.
It does seem pretty
That's
bad.
extremely powerful because even though I'm not like into the organic farmer that hits on every server and thinks I'm the most attractive person they've ever seen. That is less objectionable than a person that wants to take my life.
That's fair.
They want to take my life.
I mean, you had the cannibal card last time. So.
Yeah.
That one's tough.
Yeah.
So I think I am going to date the organic farmer. And I really hope that they like to cuddle, but they don't love it. It doesn't say.
It doesn't say. Maybe they're neutral.
Say. Cuddling's very important to me.
I would say more people than not like to cuddle.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's true. We need physical touch is a part of the human experience.
Yeah.
It doesn't say what their love language is, so it's hard to know.
I mean, if they think you're attractive, they probably want to.
You never know. Maybe they just want to admire me from afar while they pull up some carrots from the ground without pesticide.
Well, it sounds like the 3 of us have some pretty romantic dates lined up.
So lower those lights and slip into something. I think I'm telling people to get into a sexy mood to listen to us go on dates, which is kind of a weird thing to tell people to do.
I don't know why you're doing any of this.
Thanks for listening. I'm shutting the show down right now. Power off. Thanks for listening to that. We do have some fun dates that go on. If you have any dates that you go on with people that are bad or that throw you some red flags, tell us about it.
Yeah, real dating stories.
Oh my gosh, I would love to hear that. I want to hear about the red flags you ignored. And then the consequences.
No, I want to hear about the ones that you saw and went like,
oh, well, I mean, ultimately, hopefully you saw them. But, like if you saw the red flags, you wouldn't have gone on the date in the first place.
I guess that's fair.
One time I was craving some bad date stories and I looked them up on the internet and I was reading them on this message board.
Nice.
And then I noticed some problematic comments and I looked at what the message board was and realized it was a white power message board.
Oh my
but I
God.
read the thread for a long time before. It was all just like traditional bad date stuff. And then someone brought up race and I was like, wait, what?
Wow.
And then I was like, oh, goodbye website.
Turns out you had already made an account and this was years later. And you had just been participating in this the whole time.
Oh my gosh. That's alarming.
That explains a lot, Mike.
No.
I'm
Why
just
did
kidding.
I share that story?
White power's bad.
Do the thing.
Delete that website.
I did.
You did. You deleted it.
Goodbye.
The one good hack that's happened. So everyone, we have a final segment for you. It's called No Questions Asked. And it's, of course, where we ask only one. No follow-ups. Would you rather date someone that doesn't understand your jokes or adds you as an emergency contact on the first date?
Emergency contact.
Yeah, emergency contact.
Yeah, sure. Emergency contact.
Woo! Jokes are important. Goodbye, everyone.
Mike hates jokes.
I'm acting,
Theme music by Jaden James and the Hunger. Logo by Christian Hagen. Edited by David Gucci. If you want more of our hypothetical content, join our Facebook group or like our posts on Twitter or Instagram or give us some stars and a review on iTunes or wherever the heck you get your podcasts.
I feel like honored if someone adds me as their emergency contact. I feel honored.
I've added you
As
and
a
you.
first date?
Both of you
Yeah,
have been
yeah,
my emergency
actually,
contact.
Maybe they're just in a desperate place and they're like, listen,
Like
I'm applying for a job
lived
tomorrow.
alone,
I just need...
I was like, it doesn't make sense. I can't just put my parents because they don't live in the same city.
Right, yeah.
And I need a friend who like
I think I've had a couple
ostensibly would
friends
like come to
me.
the hospital and unplug my feeding tube or something.
That's immediately
That's
what I would
the
do.
first thing I would ask if I could do. Just
Like, he's not even at risk of dying.
No,
like,
that's
his
the
Can you
thing.
brain
put
is
in
fine.
a feeding tube? Can you put in a feeding tube so that I can unplug it?
Just for me.
How do I stop his heart quickly?
I'm just unplugging everything, baby. I'm
Do you have like a syringe I could use?
I'm tying up the doctors.
said he wanted me to
I'm
murder him.
ripping out those needles.
I don't
You're
have proof.
dying.
He just said it
Emergency
one time.
contact is me. I will kill you.
You called me. He said if anybody ever calls this number.
Kill me.
Kill me as soon as possible.
It means I want to be murdered and they won't let me. Kill me.